Peace, fam. It's the Pressure Cooker. I'm back with another video. In this video, oh my gosh, we're gonna talk about Texas Attorney General. Okay, Greg Abbott. I'm just sick of him. I am sick of him. Wasn't he? Isn't he the governor? Anyway, I'm gonna read y'all a tweet from Greg Abbott. Okay. There is no doubt that gender transition of minors is, quote, child abuse, unquote, under Texas law. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services will enforce this ruling and investigate and refer for prosecution any such abuse. I just, we're going to continue. Okay, here's another tweet from Aaron Trilmom, okay, on Twitter. Greg Abbott has officially directed Family and Protective Services to begin investigating all trans children in Texas and prosecuting their parents as child abusers. He has also instructed all teachers, doctors, and caregivers to begin reporting any trans students they see. If this is not a hide of fuckery, I don't know what it is, okay? Now, first, let me just say this. I do realize that people have different views, okay? However, what Abbott is suggesting violates people's human rights, okay? He's criminalizing trans students and their parents. Like, that's what it sounds like. You're putting false charges on people that it's child abuse. If their child identifies as trans, this is just all types of wrong and fucked up. Okay, Abbott, you should be carried off in handcuffs. You should be removed immediately from whatever seat of office you hold because you don't deserve to be there. And it has nothing to do with just how wacky your thoughts are. It's that you're dumb enough to come on here and post it and try to put it into law. That is scary. Okay, it is absolutely scary that this man is up here actually tweeting. You know, this is giving me Trump vibes, okay? When Trump will get on here and he would just tweet some dumb shit and he thought that just because he tweeted it, so shall it be. That's what it's giving me. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Trump was in office? He would just get on here and he would just pop off. And then he just thought this is the rule of the law. This is the law of the land now. This is absolutely ridiculous and scary, okay? I don't even oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I'm just thinking about this different dynamics to this. The child is in danger. The parents are in danger. Like, at the end of the day, even the parents who are against, their children being trans or whatever it is, you can't stop people from being who they want to be. Okay, some of those parents also have to struggle with the transition and learning how to support their child, and you're going to criminalize them? This is absolutely ridiculous. This sounds like a hate crime to me, okay, in the making. Okay, you're sitting up here putting teachers and doctors on guard and caregivers talking about they have to report any trans students that they see. That's discrimination. Like, this is I want to see how this unfolds because, guys, this is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. So also, something else I want to say is, in this discussion thread that I'm reading on LSA, first of all, it's a lot of transphobic people, but there are different points that I want to address, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, one point people bring up is sometimes kids get put on drugs and they might undergo surgery. First of all, it's my understanding that it's a very lengthy process before you even get to surgery. Okay. And most surgeries aren't happening for very young people. Like, it's a long process. I don't know if it's different in every state, but you can't just get up today and be like, I would like a surgery to change, my genitals tomorrow. That doesn't happen. There's significant things that need to happen. Even hormone therapy that people go through and the pills, there's something to be said. Now, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how that adversely affects the bodies of young people or even the bodies of adults who take them. I'd have to do my research. And I can understand people being concerned about those things, but being concerned about a child taking a medication to alter their hormones or surgery is very different to me than saying this parent should be charged with child abuse. The argument that people in the LSA that are trying to make is to make it seem like there's parents forcing their kids to become trans. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, no. And, I've never seen any case like that. In all the cases that I've dealt with, that I have worked with, the kids are the one, they want to transition, and either the parent supports them or they don't, or the parents on the, they on the edge somewhere. Now those are pretty typical responses from what I've seen, but I've never had a parent come in and be like, I demand that my child transition from a boy to a girl because I think this is what they need to be. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Like it really upsets me when people just put ignorant shit out there. Okay, because it's just not true. However, I do think that if there are concerns about how medications affecting children and even surgeries, because we do know there are a percentage of people who, there's a high percentage of people who do these surgeries and then they are regretful. Okay. And there's a high suicide rate also in that community, whether they transition or not. So, there's a lot to be talked about. However, I don't think under any circumstances we should be moving towards criminalizing the parents of trans children or criminalizing trans children, or, like they already have to deal with so much. This is just absolutely ridiculous.